Therefore I have profaned the princes of the sanctuary and have given Jacob to the curse and Israel to reproaches. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus saith Yahweh that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou, Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. For as I pour water upon the thirsty land and floods upon the dry ground, so will I pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. And they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses. One shall say, I am Yahweh. Another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. Another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh, and surname himself by the name of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, the King of Israel, and his Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts. I am the first and the last, and besides me there is no Elohim, and who, as I, has foretold future events, and have set in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people, and things that are come to pass, and shall come, let them foretell them. Fear ye not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are my witnesses. Is there an Eloah besides me? Yea, there is no rock. I know not any. They that make a graven image, and all of them vanity, and their delectable thing shall not profit, and they are their own witnesses. They see not, know not. That they may be ashamed. Who hath formed an El or molten a graven image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all his fellows shall be ashamed, for the workmen are but men. Let them all be gathered together. Let them stand up. Yet they shall fear, and they shall be ashamed altogether. The smith, which the tongs both worketh in the coals, and fashioned it with hammers, and worketh with the strength of his arms, yet he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretched out his rule, and marked it out with the line, and fitted in the planes, and marked it out with the compass, and maketh it after the figure of a man, according to the beauty of a man, that it may remain in the house. He hewn him down cedars, and taketh the cypress and the oak, which is strongest among the trees of the forest. He planted an ash, and the rain does nourish it. Then shall it be for a man to burn, for he will take thereof and warm himself. Yea, he kindleth it, and baketh bread. Yet he maketh an idol and worship it. He maketh a graven image, and it falleth down thereto. He burned part thereof in the fire, and part thereof he eateth flesh. He roast, and is satisfied. Yea, he warmeth himself, and said, Aha, I am warm, I have seen the fire. And the residue thereof he maketh an idol, even the graven image. He falleth down unto it, and worship it, and prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my El. They are not known, nor understood, for he hath shut their eyes, that they cannot see, and their hearts, for they cannot understand. And none considereth in his heart, neither is there knowledge or understanding to say, I have burnt part of it, and in the fire, yea, I have also baked bread upon the coals thereof. I have roasted flesh and eaten it. Shall I make the residue thereof an abomination? Shall I fall down to the stock of a tree? He feedeth on ashes and deceiveth. He feedeth on ashes. A deceived heart hath turned him aside, that he cannot deliver his soul, nor say, is there not a lie in my right hand? Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. I have formed thee. Thou art my servant, O Israel. Thou shalt not be forgotten of me. And I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgression, and as a cloud their sins. Thy sins return unto me, for I have redeemed. Sing, O ye heavens, for Yahweh hath done it. Shout, ye lower parts of the earth, break forth into singing, ye mountains, O forest, and every tree therein. For Yahweh hath redeemed Jacob, and hath glorified himself in Israel. Thus saith Yahweh, thy Redeemer, and he that formed thee from the womb. I am Yahweh, that maketh all things, that stretcheth forth the heavens alone, that spreadeth abroad the earth by myself, that frustrateth the tokens of the liars, and make diviners mad, that turn wise men backwards, and maketh their knowledge foolish, that confirmeth the word of his servant, and performeth the counsel of his messengers, that said to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah thou shalt be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof, that saith to the deep, be dry, and I will dry up thy rivers. Thus saith Osiris, he is my shepherd, and shall perform all my pleasures, even saying to Jerusalem, thou shalt be built, and to the temple thou foundation shall be laid. That was Isaiah, the 44th chapter.
Thank you, Dr. Latorcia and Dr. Jackson. I would like to ask if we would all silence our cell phones and any other electrical devices. And our first speaker this afternoon is a pleasure to call Dr. Casey Jones.
All right, I'm thankful to be here. I want to give all honor to Yahweh Elohim and his son Yahshua Messiah. It's a wonderful thing to be here. So much going on in the world, and it's good. It was good to hear Isaiah, because it was speaking about people building, idols and Christmas trees. These things need to be repeated. This vision is a result of a divine vision given by Yahweh to the founder of the school, Dr. Kim. And he had these charts drawn out, and he encouraged the people to make him prove all things. And it's only through Yahweh's grace and mercy that we know anything. And that these charts were drawn out. And we were encouraged to learn anything of Yahshua the Messiah. We encouraged to go back to the law and the prophets, because they testify of him. And Yahshua's job was to come in and to fulfill the law and the prophets and to do away with these things. So can I have Colossians 2 and 14 read? But, they also I want to try to lay a brief foundation for the next speaker. Start with this promise made here to Abraham. Abraham was called out in Canaan's land, and he was told to separate himself from his father's house and his kinsman's house, and that Yahweh was going to make a great nation out of Abraham. And he didn't even know his name as Yahweh at the time. He knew him as El Shaddai, which means Almighty Provider. And he still is the Almighty Provider. And we have Genesis 15 and 12 read.
Genesis 15 and 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance.
Thank you. Now, that's telling Abraham what's going to happen before it happens. And this is the Elohim that we serve.
That's right.
Now, that sure enough happened. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob. And Jacob's name was changed to Israel. And it was Jacob's posterity that was driven down here into the land of Egypt because of a famine in Canaan. Now, Moses was chosen and reared up down here in Egypt. He was born under a death decree. And maybe we can have some of that ready. He was born under a death decree, which is also testifying of Yahshua the Messiah. When he was born, King Herod was seeking his life to kill him. So he's born under a death decree, but his mother hid him for some 3 months. And if we can find a little bit of that. And she made an art of a bulrush, and that's likened unto a death. And she put them in the flags of the river. And a bulrush is likened to a burial. And Moses was crying, and Pharaoh's sister came down to the river Nile to bathe himself and heard the child cry and had her maidens fetch him out, which is testifying to a death, burial, and a resurrection, because she had to fetch him out and draw him out. So they named him Moses because he was drawn out. Moses is reared up down here in Pharaoh's sister's daughter's house. So he becomes accustomed with the Egyptian customs and the gods down here in Egypt. But all along, Yahweh is in control, and Moses comes out. And Moses chose to suffer the afflictions with the people, the Israelites, rather than to serve the deities of Egypt. He chose that. Now, 40 years later, Moses sees an Egyptian smiting a Hebrew and intercedes as Yahshua the Messiah. He intercedes as a peacemaker. And Yahshua the Messiah is the comforter. See, he brings peace. So he intercedes, he kills the Egyptian, he buries him in the sand, and the next day he comes out, he sees 2 Hebrews striving amongst themselves, and he intercedes, and they say, who made you a king and a judge over us? Do you intend to kill us as you did the Egyptian? So Moses knew that this thing is known, what he did, because he looked both ways before he killed the Egyptian and buried him in the sand. So he thought that this thing wasn't him, but it was revealed to Moses that this thing is no. So he flees into the wilderness, which is also testifying to a death, a burial, and a resurrection. And so Moses is driven out here, resurrecting to the land of the into the wilderness of Sinai, and becomes a shepherd, and marries one of the daughters of Jethro, who was a priest. And can we have just maybe the second chapter, just for a witness on these things? But it's out here when Moses is being a shepherd at the third, and we have the third chapter of Exodus, where Yahweh introduces himself at the burnt bush, probably 3:13.
Okay, we got Exodus. I'm gonna start off. You want the burning bush, or we'll just go straight to 3:13? It's a lot in there. I'll start at 3:13. And Moses said unto Elohim, behold, when I come, that's not important.
Just for a train of thought.
Exodus 3:9. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel is come unto me, and I have also seen the oppression wherewith the Egyptians oppressed them. Come now, therefore, and I will show thee unto Pharaoh. I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. And Moses said unto Elohim, who am I that I should go unto Pharaoh, and that I should bring forth the children of Israel out of Egypt? And he said, certainly I will be with thee, and this shall be a token unto thee, that I have sent thee. When thou hast brought forth the people out of Egypt, ye shall serve Yahweh upon this mountain. And Moses said unto Elohim, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, the Elohim of your fathers hath sent me unto you, then, and they shall say to me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? And Moses said, and Elohim said unto Moses, I will be what I will to be. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I will be hath sent me unto you. And Elohim said moreover unto Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Yahweh Elohim of your fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations.
Thank you. Yahweh Elohim. This is my name forever. This is my memorial unto all generations. Now, that's not meant to be changed, as the world has changed its name and removed these true names out of the scriptures. Now, this name had great power, and Moses was commissioned to go back down into Egypt to tell Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go. And he had to show Moses some signs that he was with him, because Moses made excuses, didn't want to go down there. And Yahweh, can we get the 4th chapter of Exodus? Because Yahweh demonstrated power, and he said he will be with him. And it's according to what Yahweh declared. And we had this, before I jump forward.
Exodus 4th chapter. And Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice. For they will say, Yahweh hath not appeared unto thee. And Yahweh said unto him, what is that in thine hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Moses fled from before it. And Yahweh said unto Moses, put thine put forth thine hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and he caught it, and it became a rod in his hand, that they may believe that Yahweh, Elohim of their fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, and the Elohim of Jacob hath appeared unto thee. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thine hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand unto his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. And he said, put thine hand into thy bosom again. And he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
Thank you. And all to that?
It says, and it shall come to pass if they will not believe thee, neither hearken to the voice of the first sign, that they will believe the voice of the latter sign. And it shall come to pass, if they will not believe also these two signs, neither hearken unto thy voice, that thou shalt take of the water of the river and pour it upon the dry land. And the water which thou takest out of the river shall become blood upon the dry land.
Thank you for that. You know, and that's the Elohim that we serve. He has the power to heal and power to afflict. And he has power. He has power over the mystery of righteousness and the mystery of iniquity. He has the power because he told Moses to grab that serpent up by the tail. And if you pick it up, not by the T-A-I-L, pick it up by the T-A-L-E, which is the lie. And Satan deceived the whole world. And he said that he would ascend above the moon and the stars, but he was cast down to the earth and as a serpent. And so Yahweh demonstrated to Moses that he had power. So Moses was also told that his brother Aaron would meet him on his journey down here back into the land of Egypt. This typified the law and the prophets going down into Egypt and devastating Pharaoh. Pharaoh and the Egyptians represented the satanic mystery of iniquity, which is Egypt represents, where it has many gods, many customs, many traditions. So Yahweh told Moses to deliver the message that I want my people out of here, that they may serve me around this mountain. And Yahweh poured out 10 devastating plagues on the Egyptians, just demonstrating his power. But on the 10th and last plague, which was the death of the firstborn, Yahweh also instructed his Passover. So the children of Israel were instructed to take out a lamb, and the lamb couldn't have any spots or any blemishes. And we have Exodus, the 12th chapter. And they were to kill that lamb and to put the blood on the inside of their houses, on the upper doorposts, and the 2 side posts, did from basins, making a 4-point configuration. This is also testifying to Yahshua the Messiah, because when he comes on the scene, he has no faults, no guiles, and they crucified him and they put nails in his hands and the crown of thorns on his head and nails in his feet, and making a 4-point configuration. And when Yahshua came on the scene, John said, behold, the Lamb of Yahweh, which taketh away the sins of the world. So that his mission was to take away the sins of the world. I think Colossians, that was the first thing. But we can continue on where we at. The children of Israel couldn't come out of Egypt on their own. There was a process to it. It was a specially prepared meal. That blood of the lamb had to be on the inside of their houses, and they had to eat that lamb, roasted lamb, bitter herbs, and they had to eat that meal in haste because it was Yahweh's Passover. They had to have the shoes on their feet and they staff in their hands, they had to be ready. There was no time to be fooling around. It was time to move out of here. Mm-hmm. So,
Exodus 12:1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his house take it according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it between the 2 evenings. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the inwards thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded.
Thank you for that, sir. This was Yahweh's Passover. And, this lamb had to be inside of. Everybody had to eat. It's according to your own eating. And it's bitter, with bitter herbs and unleavened bread. And that was the meal. Now, the children of Israel made their way to the Red Sea, but they were still in fear because Pharaoh was hot on their trail. Yahweh had told Moses that he would harden Pharaoh's heart and he would not let the children of Israel go. So here goes Pharaoh coming after the children of Israel. And it's they still had to stand still and see the salvation of Yahshua. Can we have 14th chapter?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry.
Exodus 14. You want me to start at 1?
Well, just where they're hot on their trails.
10. 14 and 10 of Exodus. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto Yahweh, and they said unto Moses, Because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, Let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, Fear you not, stand still and see the salvation of Yahweh, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
Right. And thank you for that. And it's a beautiful principle because Yahweh did all the fighting. The Red Sea was opened up, and the children of Israel went through on dry ground through the Red Sea, following a phenomenal cloud. This phenomenal cloud gave light to the children of Israel, and there was darkness unto the Egyptians. They were Pharaoh that were following after them. And it's a spiritual principle too, because it was 600 horses, 600 chariots, and 600 captains. So it's a principle of 666 and being cast down. And maybe we can find that where, they were cast down here in the Red Sea, because see, the children of Israel, they saw no way out of their situation. They had mountains on either side of them, and they wanted to rather serve and build Pharaoh's treasure cities. But Yahweh's purpose was to get them out of this plague-stricken land. You understand? Because it's his purpose and it's his pattern that he's running. So they're coming out by blood, water, and spirit. And they get out here into the land and into the wilderness of Sinai. And they are told to clean up for 3 days because Yahweh was going to speak to them from the mountain. Did I have anything else?
Exodus 14, and I'll start at 22. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall unto them on their right hand and on their left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yahweh looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for Yahweh fighteth for them against the Egyptians. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots, and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea returned to his strength when the morning appeared. And the Egyptians fled against it, and Yahweh overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the Red Sea, in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them.
Thank you for that. And it's a great Elohim who we serve. Now Yahweh told the children of Israel to clean up and gather around this mountain, because he was going to speak to them. And it's a beautiful thing, because it just shows that our righteousness is filthy rags before Yahweh. Mm-hmm. So Moses is called up, and 70 of the elders were called up, but the 70 of the elders were at this plateau of the mountain. And maybe we can have Exodus 19th chapter, because Yahweh Elohim is building a body. Mm-hmm. This is a body that he's building. So he told them to clean up, he's going to speak. And also I want where children of Israel said, all his. You say, we do. This was a marriage that they were getting involved with. This was a marriage. But we can have it close.
Exodus 19. 19 and 9 I'll start at 8 then. And all the people in 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yahweh hath spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today, tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the 3rd day. For the 3rd day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And
that's good. Moses is called up. Now this cloud, it was upon Mount Sinai, was like a fiery cloud. So they were given a law not to make any graven images. And I believe it's that in my 19th chapter, one of the laws. And they were told not to make any graven images and worship anything in the likeness that was in heaven or on earth or the waters beneath. So they looking, Yahweh is doing it all. Joshua, who was a young man, appeared down here in Egypt with the children of Israel and was also Moses' minister. And he's the one who's running the show. Well, we'll go get into that later. Now Moses is called up. Can we get the 24 chapter, Exodus 9 and 10? And he's called up and he sees Elohim, the super incorporeal form. Transformed himself into a fully furnished tabernacle in the 7 days of creation, and in the 6 days of creation, and on the 7th, he rested. Now, this fully furnished tabernacle, Yahweh Elohim transformed into each day of creation was formed after this threefold tabernacle, fully furnished tabernacle, intangible tabernacle that Moses seen here. So maybe we can have Exodus 24, 9 and 10, because Moses is called up into the very top, but the 70 elders are on the plateau. And Moses is given understanding. He's called up to a higher plateau than the elders. And we have
Exodus 24, 9 and 10. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and they saw the Elohim of Israel. And there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of a sapphire stone, and as it were, the body of heaven in its clearness. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he laid not his hand. Also they saw Elohim and did eat and drink.
Thank you. And can we have now they saw Elohim. And can we also have, we saw all of the different things, but when Moses is called out, the children of Israel were told not to make any graven images, but they looked to their own understanding and their imagination. And they looked at this fiery cloud and came down and disobeyed and built the golden calf and started worshiping it. And maybe we can find that, because this is setting up, I don't want to jump ahead.
Exodus 32, 1. And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, make us deities which shall go before us. For For as for this Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we know not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them in their hand, and fashioned it in a mold, and he made of it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy Elohim, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw it, he built an altar before it. And Aaron made proclamation and said, Tomorrow is a feast to Yahweh. And they rose up early on the morrow and offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings. And the people sat down to eat, to drink, and rose up to celebrate. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Go, get thee down for thy people, which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt, have corrupted themselves. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten calf, and have worshipped it, and have sacrificed thereunto, and said, These be thy El, O Israel, which have brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And Yahweh said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation.
Okay, and that's good. Now, that's enough. That's Elohim, you don't want his wrath. That's something that we don't want. And he's merciful. So he asks Moses to come back up. I believe it's the 34th chapter. You can start at 1 there. Because, see, they couldn't keep the laws that they spoke down, those first laws that he spoke to them. They couldn't keep the law because it was 613 laws, and none of them could do the job. It wasn't meant to be kept. It was meant to make sin more exceedingly simple ever since this fall of Adam here in the garden. But only Yahshua the Messiah was able to come in and keep the law and to remove it and do away with the law and remove it out of the way, ushering us into a spiritual age where we're worshiping him in spirit and in truth, not in works of the law. So, 34th chapter of Exodus, first verse. Thank you.
Exodus 34:1. And Yahweh said unto Moses, Hew thee 2 tables of stone like it unto the first, and I will write upon these tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou bringest.
And you know, also I want to get this tabernacle, because they were told to rear up this tabernacle, and Yahweh wanted to dwell amongst his people. So that's the 25th chapter, Exodus 8, 9, and 40. This tabernacle was threefold. It was the most holy place, and the court round about, and it had 7 steps to it. And this was, it was set up to make, this was set up and gave the children of Israel structure and function. It also was a description of Yahweh Elohim himself, because you have a most holy place, and a court round about. And everything in the universe is made threefold, even your own physical body, a head cavity, chest cavity, abdominal cavity, your also body, soul, and spirit. Yet you're one body. Now, Moses is told the 7 steps. The first step is the gate. The second step is the altar of sin sacrifice. The third step is the brazen laver. The fourth step is the door. The high priest had to be anointed with this cup of holy anointing oil, which symbolized spirit. And fourth step is the door. Fifth step is the entire holy place. You have the 7-branch golden candlestick. Always had light in here. You had 12 loaves of shewbread, which represents Yahshua because he's the sustenance that we need. And the light, 7-branch golden candlestick here in the holy place, always kept light in this tabernacle, and light is synonymous with understanding. And you had this altar incense here, which only the high priest knew the ingredients of. And it also testifies to Yahshua because he's the only mediator between Yahweh and man. You got the sixth step, which is the second veil or veil of the flesh. And you have the seventh step, which is the most holy place with the 3-in-1 configuration where Aaron's rod, the button, a pot of hidden manna, and the law therein. And you had 2 archangels overshadowing the cloud, where Yahweh said he would dwell between the wings of the cherubim. So these all testified to Yahshua the Messiah. He's the true high priest, but he comes in to do away with this law. And the only high priest that can do away with these cardinal ordinances and usher us into a new spiritual age where we no longer looking at physical laws, but the laws are being written in our heart and mind. So maybe we can have Jeremiah 31:31 and 1 Corinthians 3:1-3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And there were only 3 things that Yahweh Elohim told the children of Israel to build, or man to build in general, which was Noah's Ark, which was threefold. It was a upper story, middle story, lower story, and you have Moses being told to build the tabernacle, which is the most holy place in the court roundabout. And you also have David being told to build the temple, which was a porch or oracle in a sanctuary. And they all threefold testifying to Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua the Messiah, because Yahweh our Elohim is Yahweh a unity. Deuteronomy 6:4. This Jesus Christ is erroneous. It's an idol. It's made up. It's pagan. We had no letter J in the Hebrew language. Christ is derived from Krishna, which is the Hindu sky god, which is why people are always looking up in the sky. But Yahweh is residing in our heart and mind. And that's the deception and the lie that is perpetrated on the world right now at this very time. So can we get anything that I might have called?
Okay, Exodus 25:8, 9, and 40. And let them make a sanctuary that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all the instrument thereof, even so shall they make it. 40th verse. And look that thou make them after their pattern, which was show thee in the mount.
In Hebrews 8:5.
Hebrews 8:5. Who serve into the example and shadow of heavenly things, as Moses was admonished of Elohim when he was about to make the tabernacle. For see, saith he, that thou make all things according to the pattern shown thee in the mount.
All things. It's testifying to Yahshua the Messiah, Yahweh Elohim, and how he exists. You have gas, liquid, solid, proton, neutron, and electron. One atom. Its structure and its function and its form, and it's Yahweh Elohim who does it. Not worshiping any false deity, just like the scripture lesson said, I am Elohim. There is no other Elohims besides me. So can we get 2 Corinthians 1-3, I believe, and 1 John 5 and 7. It's only, and also, can we get, it's only by grace are ye saved? Because I didn't know any of this thing before coming down here to class. You know, it's only Yahweh who gives the understanding. Can we find actually also too Matthew the 5th chapter? Because you know, Yahshua the Messiah's job, he's the teacher. Just like he was teaching the children of Israel, he comes in this mount and still teaching. Yahshua the Messiah is still a teacher. You know, so.
Which one would you like first?
Which one you got?
Multiple. Which one? First?
I guess the first one.
Okay. You first started off with Jeremiah 31:31.
Yes, sir.
I want to read that Matthew next. Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, said Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their Elohim, and they shall be my people.
Thank you. And we should see where Yahshua fulfills this in John the 8th chapter. Can we get that? Just John the 8th chapter.
John 8 and
Start at 1.
okay. John 8:1. Yahshua went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they said unto him, Rabbi, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Yahshua stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground. And when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him be the first to cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Yahshua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. And when Yahshua had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Have no man condemned thee? She said, No, man, sir. And Yahshua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
Well, I heard the bell ringing, so usually it means that I have time. And that's just a beautiful thing. That's grace. Yahshua had grace on that woman. And that woman represents us. You know, see, the bride of Yahshua the Messiah is the assembly. You understand? Collectively. You know, so he stooped. He didn't respond to them at first, but he stooped down a second time and wrote with his finger in the sand, which is testifying to him writing in the man's heart and mind. So he had grace on that one. You know, if any, all honor and glory goes to Yahweh Elohim through Yahshua Messiah. If anything is gained, all praise goes to him. And thank Yahshua the Messiah that he's still keeping us. And I'm looking for it.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Casey Jones. For our next speaker this afternoon is Pledge of Power Day of the Northside Chicago Class, Dr. John Williams.
Hello.
Hello.
I am grateful and thankful, happy, all of the above, to be here and to testify to anything that our Savior King Yahshua Messiah has revealed to me. And I give him all honor and all glory. And all right. I feel like I've been crying soon coming up. Hopefully that won't happen. Let's look up testimony. Give me one of them. Yeah. I think they were both pretty much the same. I'm going to apologize ahead of time because there is something on my heart and mind, but I don't have a piece of paper with me right now to give to you for the scriptures. So, which means that whatever pops in my heart and mind, that means I don't know what they are. A lot of times. All right. So what do we have? Testimony?
That's the definition. Testimony, online dictionary. A formal, written or spoken statement, especially one given in a court of law. Evidence of proof provided by the existence or appearance of something.
Anything that says witness. Well, actually, that testimony, you don't give a testimony if you have a witness. In defense of something. And you want a credible, somebody who can testify, not somebody who's lying. Because by your testimony, if you're in a court of law, and I'm not trying to get far off the course here, but if you're in a court of law and you are in the house across the street and the accident is taking place right here, and you're giving a testimony on what you saw. Now, a good lawyer would measure the distance of where you are and where the crime actually took place. So for you to say, I saw it all, and there may be some holes in that testimony, which means, again, hear me out, I'm not trying to get out off the subject here. And the subject is that we do have a testimony. We are a witness. And we witness to that which is what Yahshua Messiah is doing for us right now. The responsibility, the job, you just don't know how important, what's really going on down here right now sometimes. You forget that we represent the body of Yahshua Messiah. When I say we represent, I mean this. Yahshua Messiah has a body down here. And we're his bride, we're his body. Those who have received of his spirit. And we testify to what our husband is saying. And we are supposed to be a true witness to that and give him all the honor and all the glory. Now I'm going somewhere with this. So that's pretty much it for that. You looked at what, testimony?
Yes.
So now you're gonna look up testify. We'll move on. And while you're doing that, while I was sitting there, happened to see this. It says witnesses. And it says witnesses, the law and the prophet. See, what Yahweh has done is by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses let every matter be established. Now, we are human beings with souls incarnate in our bodies. If that makes any sense. You got one. Now, we represent one witness. The other witnesses are the angels who kept their first estate. So in the physical, we represent that as a witness. Then in the spirit, you have the angels who represent that. This is covered, folks. This is covered that he does exist and that he does have a body. Both, and the body consists of both the angelic host as well as the souls of men. All right, now let's get that.
This is testified from the Etymology Dictionary online. Late 14th century, given legal testimony, affirm the truth of, bear witness to.
To bear witness to.
So,
go ahead.
1400, serve as evidence of, bear witness, show, demonstrate, call to witness, to make, to set, put, openly profess one's faith and devotion. Also.
All right, so that's it.
Okay.
So we're gonna skip to the end of this. Give me Revelation's 4th chapter, where they held their give me that.
Revelations 12, and we start where now? 10. 12 and 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and the strength and the kingdom of our Lord, and the power of his Messiah. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuseth them before our elders day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
I'll keep this in mind. They love not this. The best way for me to go into this would be Daniel's friends, his company, those 3 Hebrew young men. Yeah, I didn't say the names, I messed that up. So they were willing to be cast into a fiery furnace because of the witness that they had that Yahweh Elohim was with them. Now that's strong. See, to be willing to be cast, whatever happens, it happens. See, now you have to be given the heart to be a witness. This is not a game. You can't say that you're a witness and you don't have the heart, because see, there's a pretty good chance that if someone was to put a gun to your head or run you up a tree by some devastating words, that you're going to back down and say, no, he ain't the one. I don't believe him. No, not Yahweh. No. Oh, Lord, yeah, okay. We're going to have to hold fast. And so you think you think I'm trying to make it. I'm not, this is not a joke. It's not, you see, nobody has to hold a gun to your face. They can just sprout some words. And the next thing you know, you went on a tantrum and you're worshiping and serving a man instead of Yahshua the Messiah. See, and you're not holding fast to the witness that he has laid forth. This is why, I may not even get the first base on it, but this is why, listen, folks, this is a package. All right. The vessel that you saw come up here before, that was a package. Now, different people, I do have a point. Different people have different packages. Different people have different ways or manners of delivery. All right. Don't get hung up on this. Don't get hung up on the package. Don't get hung up on the delivery. You listen to the words. Because, see, I guarantee you, somebody will find a way to season what they're saying so that you can like it.
Oh, yeah.
See, oh, it ain't sweet enough. Here's a little sugar for you. It ain't salty enough. Here's a little salt for you. And the next thing you know, because you didn't reach the point of tenderness or the way you like it, it's edible. It could be a lie. You understand what I'm saying? See, so don't get hung up on that. The seasoning and I'm gonna get to my point. I can prepare a buffet and I can make the table look so that you would think that there was caviar, filet mignon on there. And the only thing it has on there is spaghetti and meatballs. But by the time I get through decorating that table, it would have flowers, fresh fruit all over the table, and spaghetti, hard spaghetti, and risers, and you'd be looking at that food, and ooh, what a spread. And in reality, it's the same food that could be on the table that looks like crap and give you the same nutrients. I got a point. All right, now let's go. So testify. Now, Yahweh said by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let everything be established. I got to use the pattern. Now, this tabernacle is threefold, but yet one structure. It is the most holy place, and the court round about. Now, these 2 compartments testify, or we can do it this way, testify to Yahweh. See, this physical and this incorporeal. See, or this is Joshua, and this is Elohim. Testify to him. And see, now Yahshua Messiah said, I have greater witnesses than that of John. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Whenever you get it, let me know. See, I have greater witnesses. See, and then we're gonna need 1 John with the scripture lesson as well. 1 John 5 and 7. These are the 3 witnesses that bear record right in heaven, see, and on earth, see, which is the blood, the water, and the spirit. See, now for Yahweh Elohim to send you to the lake, he's got to have everything covered so that you don't come up to him and say, but. Everybody got a physical body. That's your first witness against you. And everybody's made the same. Remember we talked about the shape and the size of the package, it don't matter. You got one, you got a head, you got a chest, you got a diamond. Everybody got these things. All right. So you and I are a witness against ourselves that we cannot escape the judgment that's going to come forth on this earth plane. All right, let's go.
John 5 and 36.
And there's a bunch of things in there talked about that, about the witness. So you're going to get a few of those verses. Go ahead.
But I have greater witness than that of John, for the works which the Father hath given.
Now, wait a minute. I have greater witnesses than that of John. Remember, if you're talking about witnesses, you got Moses and you got John. See, and then you also got John the Baptist. So you got the first prophet, and you got what? The last prophet, and they both testify to Yahshua Messiah. So you got the law and you got the prophets. So you testify, and you also got the visions of them. Okay. And you know what? You don't understand that. And I think it's, and I'm gonna let you finish, but in Matthew's the 17th chapter, I believe he presented both of them.
Yes.
See, as a witness to him. You see how he did that? He presented his witnesses. See, you always got this thing covered. Why not, instead of with Moses, bring up Isaiah? You know, you can have Moses and Isaiah, or Moses and Jeremiah, or does not know Moses. See, what was the purpose of bringing up the first and the last? So that these are the witnesses. See, the law and the prophets testify to him. See, you don't prove a point. Go ahead. I don't want to.
Which the Father hath given me to finish.
That's
the
right.
same works I do they bear witness of me, that the Father hath sent me.
Yeah, John 1:45.
Oh, you said drop down to 45?
John 1 and 45. John 1, 45.
John 1 and 45. Philip findeth Nathanael, and saith unto him, We have found him of whom Moses and the law and the prophets did write, Yahshua of Nazareth, the son of Joseph.
That's right. Now see, that's how I testify to Yahshua's side. Now watch, I'm going to take you. Now, within your own heart and your own mind, you have what is known as a witness. You hear that small, still voice, and it comforts you spiritually, psychologically. That is a witness. But then you also have him doing something physically for you. Like, yeah, okay, here's a job for you. Here's this for you. Here's that for you. You need this money to pay this. Here, take this. That's a witness. I'm with you. But I'm so discomforted in my heart and mind. Peace, quiet, be still. That's a witness. Yeah. See what's going on here? You got the invisible and you got the visible. This is how he operates. He's giving you the two witnesses so that you can have some confidence. He's always giving witness. It is up to you and I to go to him so that we can ask for the witness, see, and know that we're going to need this before this thing is over with. Now look, with Moses, he comes down. And the last vessel said, look, Moses comes down and he wanted to have some witness. He wanted to have the name, but Yahweh gave him witness. Put your hand in the book. Do this. Go to what? And listen. So he gave Moses what? Witnesses. That, yeah, I did send him down there. I'm sending you. You can't say I'm sending Aaron. It got to be two. See, because we're talking about the witnesses. This is how he operates. He gives witnesses. So you cannot tell me that you believe in Yahshua's side and you don't have no witnesses. See, you ain't got to prove it to me that he's with you, but you got to be proof in your own heart and in your own mind, both with the incorporeal, both with the invisible and also the visible, if that makes any sense. Yeah. You need that. I don't care who you are. See, be it a dean or a president or a vice president or a person who never get up on this floor. You need those witnesses. See, you ain't got to be somebody that, hey, I can preach this gospel like, nope, you don't need that. You need to know that Yahweh is with you.
Right.
The hell with everything else. You need that more than anything else in this world.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all need that. So just sit down and shut up and let Yahweh be that gives you the witnesses.
Right. Right.
Go ahead. All right. So Moses come down with those two witnesses. He's told to build this tabernacle. See, and he's given, listen, if he's going to tell Moses to build a tabernacle, so Moses sees the vision. See, that's a witness. But now, Moses is not going to build, he's not going to get there, I got to go build what I saw. So what are you going to do? Yahweh Elohim is going to do what? He's going to put his spirit in somebody. More than one person, too. And put his spirit in somebody to give them a witness that Moses' vision was true. This is the same thing that Dr. Kinley did. Yeah. See, if you understand what I'm saying to you. See, he saw a vision, and then somebody else said, I ain't going to believe it until I see it myself. So what did he do? Show it to him. And then other vessels, they became a witness to it. And then they went out and did what? And that Dr. Kinley said, look, there's enough of this gospel for you. This is a great big old world. Now, this is on the tape. This is a great big old world. See, what you learn, you can go spread it all over the world. And they went from that location to that location, and they became a witness to this gospel. The three peace missions, they became what? A witness to this gospel. Yes. This is listen. So we see that point, and this is what I'm running. I'm running witness. I'll give you the scripture lesson. We'll see, ye are my witness. See, let's run this principle. I'm constantly crying out for witnesses. I'm bad at it. All right. I need extra help. I'm extra challenged. I'm an extra challenge. I'm one of those students. I need extra help. What? If somebody say, well, aren't you a brat? Nope. I ain't embarrassed. I know you the same way. You should be. All right, go ahead.
That's right.
Isaiah 44,
Mm-hmm.
or 10. Fear ye not, neither be afraid.
Fear ye not. Stand still and see the salvation. Stand still, fear ye not. If your heart be troubled, rest with us. There's some things going on here that you need to rest. You need to fear not. I mean, these are just words, folks. That's all they are. I'm just a vessel. These are just words. I'm telling you, I got to go sit in my chair. I go to work. See, and then what I go through. This is not a game. Go ahead.
Have not I told thee from that time, and have declared it? Ye are even my witnesses.
That's so pretty. I have declared it. He declares a matter before it happens. Daniel, see, he's what? He's given a vision. He's given an interpretation of a vision that the king had. And then he does what? He's given that and he gives it to the king. He declares the matter. See, because Yahweh has the capability, Yahweh can show a matter and then bring it to pass. He's the only Elohim that can do that. See, to do what? He is the only Elohim, period.
Yeah.
Listen, to tell you something before it happens. I know I do this a lot. I can't help it. That's what's on my heart and mind. It was told to me, you just say what's on your heart and mind.
Right.
What's on my heart and mind is that he's capable of telling you something before it happens.
That's right.
This is what he does. See, and yes, indeed, even with Joseph. See, with Joseph, and there's so many witnesses. So many witnesses. But we're going to try to get to some of it, if I can just, All right, so we're running down to the end dispensation. We already showed you on the tabernacle how once a year, we say it this way, once a year the high priest goes to the most holy place, and as a witness that their sin was forgiven, there was a flash of that Shekinah. That was a witness. It had to be a witness. And then you had the two archangels, see, who witnessed into that cloud. See, so you got to have these things. You got to have these witnesses. The last verse talked about there was a holy, there was an Ark of the Covenant, and there was a temple, Ark of the Covenant, Noah's Ark, and a temple that was built. Why? And why did it have to be those two different things? See, why did it have to be the tabernacle? Give me that scripture where it said in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every matter be established. See, Yahshua already told you that he had greater witnesses. He got the law and he got the prophet. And he said, look, also that Yahweh testified to him. See, because listen, or he testifies to Yahweh. See, they got to be said. Look, he's got to do the will. If he says he's going to do the will of the Father, then that means he's a witness to what the Father's telling him to do. So, all right.
Deuteronomy 17:6. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
That's right. See, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, and everything be established. By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let you be cast into the lake of fire. You understand what I'm saying to you right now? This is how serious it's is. You need food and water. Man, I can go on and on with this. Or you know it, you'd be like, yeah. If once we slap you upside your head with enough of these witnesses, there's enough for you to either believe, see, suffer the consequences. All right. So see, we got that. All right, we got that, and that's we've been there. Now look, and you read, ye are my witnesses, right? See, that before a matter is established, look, and see, the children of this, they were a witness. This is why Yahweh is so faithful. I mean, so precious and giving us evidence. See, that he formed Adam and Eve too. See, he formed Adam, they took Eve out. See, now look, this is what he did. He did that and they messed up. So that's one witness that 2 can't do it. Then somebody's going to say, well, if it was me and my clan, we got this covered. So what he did was he created a group of people. See, because remember, he does everything in such a way where you ain't going to have no excuse.
Right.
See, now you might not like that he choose the Israelites. See, so what? You argue with the Creator yourself. See, so he makes a group of people, and then they screw up. See how he's doing this? He's eliminating excuses so that no one can say at the universal revelation of the Messiah that you didn't give enough witnesses. See? That's why he had to pick a group of people. See, you think that he's just doing things just to be doing. He had to pick a group of people. He just kept those two screwed up. Let me choose another two. They screwed up. Let me choose another two. No, that's not the way he's operating. He's operating in such a way where excuses have to be eliminated to let you go. Now, so we see, so he picked a group of people. Now, you see the same thing that we talked about with, I don't have to get this, with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, how they did that. You see the same thing with Aaron and Moses. Now watch. You're going to see the same thing. A lot of these things I'm not going to get. You see the same thing with the 12 spies who were sent out. Now, 2 came back with what? A good report, and 10 came back with a false report. See how the majority, people believe the majority? Yeah. That's what happens. That's why the majority of people go into the lake. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying this, but you know, look, bottom off of 2 or 3 witnesses. Now, so they got to bring some manifestations back. So they got to bring the big old grape, fig, whatever they brought back. They got to bring it back and show it to the people. Here, people, this is a witness. Look, I've been to heaven. I saw it. We can take it. See, now it's got to be somebody who went to heaven. If they're going to show witnesses from, as a type in the shell I'm talking about. It's got to be somebody who whipped something there. So Dr. Kennedy had no choice but to come back with the tabernacle and to talk about the temple and the vision that he saw. See, in John's vision, and they didn't put it all together. See, it's got to be that way. See, give you some evidence. See, and that's why it would say stuff like, you prove it, let it be proven to you're satisfied. Yeah. See, I mean, that means that enough witnesses have been given to you so that you can be satisfied and so that you can do what? Believe. That's what it is. See, enough witnesses. See, so you can hold on to this stuff, folks. No matter what you're going. All right, that's what you want to be able to do. Hold on to something that's concrete and also invisible, that's happening in your heart and your mind. See, so we see the same thing with Joseph. Joseph was a dreamer, and Joseph was told to do what? Look, Dad, you see how I'm running this? Yeah. I'm running witness, but I'm also running in such a way where before stuff happens, see, they're told. That's a true witness. See, Joseph was told that you're gonna be your mama, your brothers, they're gonna bow down to you. And then Joseph said, and now, listen, Joseph had other dreams, see, and they came to pass. So, you know, they're looking at him like, you know, what, is this really gonna happen? Am I gonna really bow down to you? You know, who are you? You know, but this is the way Yahweh operates, tell him matter, see, and then he does what? He brings it to pass. So while he's in prison, this is what he does. The baker and the butler. The butler, okay. The baker and the butler, they have dreams. Yeah. Got to be 2, couldn't be 1, got to be 2. See, so they tell the dream to the matter, and then what happens? The dream comes to pass. You see what's going on here? The dream comes to pass. And one loses his head and one is delivered out of prison. See, and this all takes place. See, it was seen invisible first. You understand? And then the visible manifestation came to pass. See, this is the way Yahweh operates. See, folks, it's always going to be like this. The purpose of this lecture is so that we cry out unto Yahshua Messiah for witnesses for ourselves, not for Patrick to cry out for witnesses for me. Yeah. It don't work that way. You know, his witnesses might be he found his wallet. Whatever his witnesses are. You know, he got him to this. But I need my own.
Right.
You know, I need my, even though we could be a body, I need my own. I have to have my own witnesses for my own self so that I can believe.
Every man.
Even if you got kids, you want them to have a witness that there's something greater than mom and pop.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This is a very serious thing. So you see that there, and you see the same thing with okay, let's do this. Now I'm gonna need you to find something. All right, now Saul, this is what he did. He went, Paul, he was traveling, doing this, and he was about to, I think he was about to, and this is gonna be hard to find. He was about to leave, and then Yahweh told Paul, you stay there. Yeah, you stay there. Because I got people there that needs to hear this. See? Folks, Yahweh is not going to do it in such a way. He's not going to take his creation out until everybody that needs to be witnessed to is witnessed to. Everybody that needs to be a part of that body will be added to it. He's not going to take his creation out until that happens. Because there's no more, it can't roll it back. He's not rolling it back. All right. He's not rolling it back. All right, like I say, I know this is going to take some time to find.
No, we got it.
Go with it.
I think this is it.
Go.
Acts 18, I'll start at 9. Then spake Joshua to Saul in the night by a vision. Be not afraid, but speak and hold not thy peace. For I am with thee, and no man shall set on thee to hurt thee. For I have many people in the city.
That's a good one. Yeah. That wasn't a woman. That's okay. I'll take that. Because it's the same thing. He has many people in that city. See, and if they're there, what does that mean? That means that they are a witness that he's with them. See, and you see what I'm saying? So it's going to work out. Now, so we see this. We're just running this principle of witness. See, that's all we're doing. Now, we see the same principle with the angels in heaven. And we see how they kept their testimony, they held their testimony. And angels are ministering spirits. Right. And they are sent out to minister, not of themselves, right, about themselves. See, it's not even important. You got to think about it sometimes. It's not even important. There's been angels that appear to men, and men have said, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? My name ain't important. See, that's not it. See, they're witnessing to Yahweh Elohim. That's what their job is. See, and they got it straight now because the evil spirits they were cast out of it. They got it straight. They know what they're witnessing. Right. See? So we see that in the angelic creation. And we see how the physical creation, we know that Adam and Eve was told the day you touch, you should surely die, but you should be saved through childbearing. So Yahweh's got to give a witness, or he has to give a way, see, for salvation. Now, you got this mystery of righteousness, and you got this mystery of iniquity. You got two witnesses. Yes. And you have to have these two so that you can understand the purpose of Yahweh Elohim. Right. In other words, you want to understand. You got to understand both the good and the evil. You have to understand the two witnesses, good and evil. Isaiah the 45th chapter says he's in control of both of those. He's controlling both mysteries. See? And it has to be that way because, see, he's the one that's controlling both witnesses. See? So we're just running this principle of witness. See? Now, you see Yahshua, he's on the cross. Now, you got to have you got to have one man on that side, yes, and another one on that side, and they were looking at and talking to Yahshua Messiah. See, why? Because you got to have what? Two witnesses. See, you got to have Yahshua at the tomb, and we see right here, the two guards right there. See, you got to have what? Two witnesses. See, now, here's the thing about that. They were bribed, see, to do what? To lie and say that what resurrection? Somebody came and stole the body away. See, remember, The true witnesses, we don't want the witness. You pay attention to what's coming out of a vessel's mouth, both the intent, the motivation, and unfortunately, you also got to look at the real person's behavior as well.
That's true.
What do you do?
Yeah.
All right. Because, I could be up here banging on the chart, preaching the gospel, doing this and doing that. And then tomorrow I'm in jail because I didn't murder somebody. See? And somebody said, oh, no. You're going to have to just remember one thing. Please, you need the witness in your own heart and mind. This is not about the flesh. This is not about looking at individuals.
Right.
You remember, it's so easy to be deceived. And it's so easy to follow somebody. You'd be surprised. I think when I tell this story, you know who I'm thinking about? That gentleman right there. Yeah. Yeah, you. Because I told this story before. Listen, I can start a religion or a cult. I can start an organization or a group. And this is how easy it is to do it. I can be looking up, I can be doing this, and then all I need is one more person to do it. And then they do it. And then another person do it. I have just formed a clique of people don't know why they're doing what they're doing. Right. See, but they're doing it anyway because they're following something that they saw. See, and again, here's something really, really stupid. How people can just be deceived. There is a religion called the Spaghetti Monster. It's the spaghetti religion. You can look that up. Look it up. And that's what they believe. It's so, I know it sounds stupid. But the point is, you just got to examine things.
That's true.
They had to examine this land.
Right.
See that they have no spots and no blemish. It had to be held over. See? So that's what we got to do. We got to examine the word that's coming out. You listen for the witnesses. That's what you got to do. All right. I know somebody probably, did anybody find that? All right. It's in there. But okay. So you see how you can be a false witness as well? Look at this. The 70 elders.
It's here.
Oh, okay. Well.
Is the flying spaghetti monster.
Oh, yeah.
Got that. You got that.
Woo! Yeah.
But it has a following of people. You see what I'm saying? How stupid things are.
Or the flat earth. There are people that believe that the earth is flat.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is why it's so important for you to have the witness for your own self, that he's with you and not with another, but with you. See, so you ain't carry away all every realm of every spot of doctrine that comes out. All right, so we see the same thing, how that Adam and Eve, see, they should be saved by childbearing. See, and they told, in the day you touch it, you surely die. See, so the witness is going to be, see, first of all, they're looking for this witness. See, so you got Cain, you got Abel. Now you got two sons. See, so you got these two principles, you got these two mysteries coming forth. See, because this is how Yahweh operates. Got it. See, why couldn't they just both be good? Why couldn't they just both be excellent kids? That's not how Yahweh operates. He's got a purpose, a pattern, and a plan. But he's doing it with the two witnesses. So one of them is going to be a knucklehead, see, and one of them is going to be okay. You got to have them off to the witnesses. This is how it always is established. See, so you got Noah given a vision that is going to do what? That is going to rain. But now here, it never rained before from the sky. So now you got to have a witness that the earth is going to be destroyed. So now you got water from above and you got water from beneath. And now you got enough witness, you should have been on the boat. Mm-hmm. See, because the witness from above and the witness from beneath, and you should have been on the boat. See, because Yahweh does what? He gives witnesses. Right. See, now one of them is an invisible that they never saw before. They never saw that it rained from the sky. They saw the water. They saw that.
Yeah.
See, they had to believe the vision. See, but Yahweh always give witnesses.
Yeah.
See, and you have to believe the witnesses. All right. So you see that right there. So you see the same thing. They get on the ark. And they're on that ark for 7 days before it even rained. See, you see the same thing with Abraham. See, Abraham, it had to go like this. Abraham had to have what? His generation. You got to have Isaac, and you got to have what? Ishmael. So you got 2 witnesses. One testified to what? The old covenant. One testified to the new covenant. So you got to have 2 witnesses. This is how he operates. See, this is in the scripture. I think it's in, could be in Galatians. I'm not sure. But it testified to the purpose of Yahweh. See, and then you got to have Isaac, and you got to have Jacob. See, why? You got to have that promise being carried out. See, this is how Yahweh operates. So it just can't be the Abraham. You got to have Isaac. You got to have Jacob. By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. That I'm just taking Bible story. You got to with Yahweh establishing the kingdom. You got to have, and before that temple is built, you got Saul, and we know the principle that Saul is representing. You got to have Saul, and you also got to have what? David. So now you got these 2 witnesses.
Right.
And then the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every matter be established. So with the 3rd witness, you got what? You got Solomon, and Solomon is going to do what? Build the temple. See, by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let every matter be established. See, I'm just taking Bird's Bible story, going through the law and the prophets, just taking Bird's Bible story. See, we're in your head read. You got the right hemisphere, you got the left hemisphere, you got the circus of Willis. Right. See, so you got the 2 witnesses. You got the one that tells you motor, you got sensory. See, you got to have 2 witnesses, what, in your heart and your mind. You ever wonder why you got 2 arms and 2 legs, 2 ears, 2 eyes? See, because you got what? Witnesses. See, that's the way he operates. So he's not going to give 1 eye, 1 ear, 1 arm, and 1 leg, and you walking around. See, it's got to be a mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, and every matter be established. That's why you got, and look, the 2 eyes, they should see as 1. Because they're witnessing what? The law and the prophet. They're witnessing what? The same thing. You got 2 nostrils. 2 nose. 1 here, 1 over there. 2 nostrils. And you're breathing at it. You see that? By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses that every matter, what? Be established. 2 ears. Yeah. See, why? Because you're hearing as 1. Yeah. See, your 2 legs, they walk as what? Yeah. So they better walk as 1. Yeah. Or 1 going that way, 1 going this way. No, they walk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, witnesses, folks, witnesses. This is what you need. You have to have witnesses. Yeah. Please, this is not about who's up on this floor. Pull the covers back. Listen to the witnesses. Mm-hmm. See, and something might be said that you might be able to eat. And the reason that you might be able to eat it is because it's a witness for you. You might even hear something I've done. I've sat in my chair and somebody up here, no matter who it is, and they say, if it comes out of their mouth, it's something that I needed to hear. It was a witness for me. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? See, now you say, well, where's the 2 or 3 witnesses with that? Number 1, just got a vessel up there. That's 1 witness. And then you listen to the word that comes out of their mouth. That's a 2nd witness. See? Please do not think that is 1 witness. See, he's you. This is the way he preaches to God. He's you. You got the sun, you got the moon, you got the stars. I mean, folks, what more do you need? These are the witnesses. They control the season. See, we was going to read in John about the blood, the water, the spirit. This whole migratory tract, this whole path plan of salvation is by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. Let every matter be established. This is the way he operates. This is it. See, he told his disciples, he said, look, if they have done this to me, they're going to do it to you. See, he's 1 witness, and then he's telling you going to be a witness. They're going to do the same. Do what to you? Treat you well? No. They persecute you and say things. And folks, I used to think because persecution is not like I take this stick and hit somebody upside the head with it. You see, that's not what we're talking about. In Matthew the 24th chapter, see, this gospel shall be preached for a witness, and then shall the end come. See, look, I used to know it ain't me beating you upside the head. That's not it. See, the true witness is for you to go through something psychologically and spiritually and to get through it.
Yes.
That is the witness. See, that's the persecution that's going on that's invisible. See, but that is the witness. You need a witness that he's with you. Say, Lord, I'm with you always, even to the end. See, you need to know that. See, you have to have that witness. See, there is a reason. I'm telling you, 1, 2, 3 vessels. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. You see what we just did?
Yep.
Each compartment, about a mouth for 2 or 3 witnesses, let every matter be established. See, I'm telling you, he's got this covered in such a way where you're going to say, oh boy, I got to go to the lake.
Yeah.
See, if he put the witnesses within you, you got blood, you got water, you have spirit, you burn food. The whole purpose, this is always amazing. The whole purpose is within your tabernacle.
Right.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You got 12 ribs on one side, 12 ribs on the other side, a 33 vertebrae. You got 12 disciples, 12 apostles. You got the vertebrae, 24 pair of cranial nerves.
Yeah.
See, and the circus of willows in the midst. You got 24 elders in heaven gathered around the throne. You see how what just happened here? See, that's not the Jewish faith. That's not the Muslim faith. What the heck is that? Adam had these same vessels within him before there was even a Roman Catholic church. See, before there was even a Muslim church, before there was even anything. What is going on here? He has laid forth his witnesses so that you can say, oh, I'm in trouble. I better get this right. I'm in trouble. Folks, it's not a matter of me getting up here trying to play humble. It's not a matter of me. So sometimes I can get up here and holler and scream. Sometimes I can get up here and cry. I'm telling you, you better peel back that.
Okay.
You better peel that crap back. You better listen to the words. I'm telling you, it is not about it. This is so serious. And somebody said, this is serious as a heart attack. This is so serious that you have to listen. We ain't got to listen. We don't have to like each other. We don't. All right? We still a family.
Right.
But we ain't got to hug each other, kiss each other. I understand that. I don't talk to a lot of people. I ain't got no problem with you not talking to me. Boy, but I got a problem if you come up to me and start lying to me. I tell you, I got a serious problem with that. If the only thing you got to say to me is, my savior is Dr. Kinley, or I believe in the spaghetti monster. See, I got a problem with that. I truly do. That's just it. You're going to have to, look, hold on to the truth. See? All right, hold on to the truth, folks. This is why you got two kidneys in your body, and they act as one. See, you got these witnesses. 2 lungs. Oh boy.
Yeah.
It keeps going. And it keeps going. Why does it keep going? Because you're a walking witness against yourself. I'm sorry, that's how you are. You are. And you're not going to be able to say, well, I was a Muslim. I didn't have that. I didn't have 2 lungs. I was a Hindu. I didn't have 2 eyes. That stuff ain't going to fly. It just won't fly, folks. This is so important that we get this straight, that we have to ask Yahweh to give us a heart. I think in Deuteronomy, the 16th chapter, give me that. It says that if they had such a heart, see, so Yahweh has to give you that heart. And Ezekiel, I think the 26th chapter, he's got to give you that heart. See, so you got to ask Yahweh to give you that heart. And when I say give you that heart, that means you can't buy that heart. He has to give it to you. And he loves it when you talk to him. That's something you got to come. That's something you got to understand.
Right.
He loves it when you talk to him.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk to him so much, I would think, man, he must really be tired of me. Cause I'm not the most friendly person. He got a whole lot of friends. So I had to talk to him a lot.
He's your only true friend.
So I'm talking to him a lot. And sometimes I'll be asking for things and I'll be saying, I want this, I want that. And I'll tell you, this is the truth, guys. He's a witness. Say he's a witness. But I'm not lying. I'll be asking for this. Give me that. I want, please, please, please. Then somebody get on the floor and say, you know you don't need no lottery. Like, where did that come from? Shuts me up so quick. I mean, quicker than sometimes it's really quick. I can be taking something and then somebody just walk right next to me and say, nope, that ain't the way it is. I'm like, who are you? What's going on here? That's the way he operates. Right. Yeah. Because he's got to give you witnesses that he's with you. Yes. See, you have to. You have to have witnesses that he's with you before this is over. You understand that? Yes. So you can take it. So that you can be so strong. Because I asked you something, Mariah. You remind me of what? 16 and what?
I have Ezekiel.
Okay, give me the
36 and 26.
Yeah, but also I want to do it in such a part. It was such a part in there. But forget this, get that one. I got 5 minutes. I got it.
A new heart also will I give you.
That's right.
And a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh. And I will give you the heart of flesh. That's right.
So he's going to make your heart so that it can accept him. Yeah. That's what he's saying. Heart that is flesh is open. It's able to, it can be moved. It can, you know what I'm saying? It's not stiff heart. See, that's what he has. I don't like saying he has the power, but he is power. Yahweh, he has no problem with taking a rod of iron and knocking you upside your head to get you to see something. That's true. No problem whatsoever. You think that's a problem? That's called chastising. Yeah. He has no problem taking a rod of iron and saying, sit your butt down. No problem at all. He can do it all the time. Then you'll sit back and love him for it. If you understand. All right. You don't see it. That's right.
I have Deuteronomy 5:29.
All right, give me that.
Oh, that there were such an heart in them that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them.
You see that now? That it might be well if it was such a heart. That's why it said in Ezekiel, he's going to put the heart in you. Yeah. See, because you don't have that heart. And he knows you don't have that heart. So he's got to change your heart. He's got to change your mind. So he's got to, listen, in the Proverbs it said, bring up a son, see that he might not embarrass you. And I'm putting him on some of my own words. See, and it's from child up. You bring up your kid so that they might behave right. See, this is what he does. See, he's bringing us up. You might not think he's bringing you up. See, the young man holding the baby, you got to bring that baby up in such a way. See, and this is what Yahweh Messiah is doing. He's bringing us up in such a way that he's showing us that he's our mother, that he's our father. And look, I am with. That's why he was called El Shaddai. See, that's why he was called that, because he did what? He had to bring the Israelites up. Yeah. See, as like a baby, as a child, he brought them up. See, and gave them this and gave them that. I went through that same thing. Where if I wanted a couch, I wanted this, I wanted that. I'd be walking in the alley and a brand new couch almost sitting in the alley. And I go, okay, thank you. And I get the couch and I'm gone. See, I mean, I went through that El Shaddai thing too, where stuff was just, okay, you little idiot. You want this, you want that, you want this, you want that. And I'll give you this, I'll give you that, I'll give you this. But see, all that points up to the one thing. See, what you truly should be asking for is an understanding and asking for what? The Holy Spirit. See, that you might be able to withstand the fiery darts of the wicked. See, so you can have enough witnesses. See, you're formed so that it's formed in you. You reach a certain age where you're able to do what? To withstand that. See, because listen, if you're not shaped and formed like that, see, you're gonna have a problem later on. See, they always say this, that the elderly is taking advantage. Why? Because they didn't look. Their bones are getting weak. Their brains is getting shot. Their mind is getting old. See, so you find somebody. They say, "I got this. I got that. I got this. I got this. I got that." See, listen, folks. In your heart and mind, you're aging in Yahshua Messiah. See, the difference is you ain't got to worry about become senile, forgetting him.
Right.
You ain't got to worry about the arthritis where your bones are not going to operate. See, they might from a physical point, yeah, but from a spiritual standpoint, everything is going to operate. See, and you just become stronger. You see how that is? You become stronger instead of weaker. See, you become strong, and Yahweh has no problem if you are a newborn or if you just walked into this class. See, he has no problem with quickening you as quick as he wants to do.
That's true.
See, don't think that you ain't been in here. Some of these older folks, see, 40 years or whatnot. Forget about all that. No, he can quicken your heart and mind. And I've seen this, folks. I've seen this with some of the younger students, and I am forever grateful because I've seen this, how some of the younger students will get up on this floor, see, and preach his gospel just as good as anybody else. See, that's not the most important thing. The most important thing, and I'm saying this to you, the most important thing is not for you to get up here and do that. But the most important thing is to understand that you have to have witnesses. You cry out, you ask Yahweh to give you witnesses that he's with you. To believe in him. See, that's more important. All this preaching, all this is just to get you to believe in Yahshua Messiah. That's what it's for. To get you to believe in Yahshua. That's why vessels up here preaching their heart out, so that you can do what? Not see them. Right. What? See Yahshua Messiah. Right. For you to hear that small still voice. See, in your heart and in your mind. Right. See, that's what's important. So folks, let all honor and glory goes to Yahshua, and we forever thankful that he has given us witnesses, that he is with us. And you need that in these times and these periods and this existence down here right now. Glory, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Dr. Quiggs, that was a good plans for today. We meet here at the Hillside Best Western, 4400 Frontage Road, Hillside, Illinois. On Sundays from 12 to 2 p.m. And we also stream live to YouTube on Sundays from 12 to 2 p.m. and on Mondays and Thursdays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Please come and study with us. Let us all stand for doxology to be dismissed. Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. So the only wise Elohim, our Savior, through Yahshua Messiah, our Sovereign, belong glory and majesty, dominion, and power, both before all times, now and ever. Let us all say hallelujah. Hallelujah.